Background and history. Colonial legacy. During the colonial era, European powers arbitrarily drew borders across Africa, ignoring local geography and tribal territories. This legacy laid the foundation for the Bir Tawil dispute. Nomadic tribes. Bir Tawil has a history of hosting nomadic tribes, whose movements over time have created complex territorial claims, as their presence defies static borders. Historical land use. The historical land use in Bir Tawil, including agriculture and trade routes, offers insights into its significance in the past and how these patterns have evolved. Territorial claims. Terra Nullius debate. The concept of Terra Nullius is central to the Bir Tawil dispute, with arguments both for and against classifying it as unclaimed territory, which impacts its legal status. Resource potential. The potential resource value of Bir Tawil, such as minerals and water resources, adds complexity to the dispute, as it could become valuable in the future. Key players. Local tribes. Local tribes with historical ties to Bir Tawil have interests and rights that must be considered in any resolution, highlighting the importance of involving indigenous communities. Egypt and Sudan. Egypt and Sudan, the primary claimants of the nearby Halaib Triangle, indirectly influence the Bir Tawil dispute by prioritizing other territories, creating a unique geopolitical situation. International recognition. United Nations involvement. Investigating the potential role of the United Nations in mediating or providing a framework for resolving the Bir Tawil issue and its potential impact on regional stability. Current status. Environmental concerns. Analyzing the environmental risks associated with Bir Tawil's lack of administration, including unregulated mining and its potential harm to the fragile desert ecosystem. Wildlife and conservation. Considering the potential for unique wildlife species in Bir Tawil and the importance of conservation efforts to protect this biodiversity. Conflict resolution efforts. Regional stability. Discussing how resolving Bir Tawil could contribute to regional stability by eliminating a potential source of tension between Egypt and Sudan. Humanitarian impact. Cross-border cooperation. Exploring how resolving Bir Tawil could set a precedent for cross-border cooperation between Egypt and Sudan, addressing broader regional challenges like water resource management. Geopolitical implications. African borders. Reflecting on how Bir Tawil serves as a microcosm of broader issues with colonial-era African borders, shedding light on their impact on modern geopolitics. Legal framework. African Union. Investigating the potential role of the African Union in mediating the Bir Tawil dispute and its significance in the context of addressing other African border disputes. Potential solutions. International arbitration. Discussing the possibility of international arbitration involving impartial experts to determine the rightful ownership of Bir Tawil, emphasizing the importance of impartiality. Media and public perception. Awareness campaigns. Highlighting the role of awareness campaigns in educating the public about Bir Tawil's unique status and its relevance to global border disputes. Future outlook. Tourism potential. Considering the tourism potential of Bir Tawil if its status is resolved, attracting adventurous travelers intrigued by the prospect of exploring unclaimed territory. Global border dispute resolution. Discussing how resolving Bir Tawil could serve as a model for peacefully resolving other long-standing global border disputes, fostering international cooperation in addressing territorial conflicts.